I'm Sonia, and this is my channel, Sonia Starcrossed. And usually my channel is about my crafts, usually cross stitch. But today I wanted to kind of show off some of the used vintage, antique, embroidery, needlework books and patterns that I've purchased. So I think pretty much everything that I'm going to show today is at least 25 years old or older. So they've been purchased at thrift stores, garage sales, etc. All right, I am about to feel like a librarian. Okay, I think I'm going to start with showing some of the books that I've purchased that revolve around sewing, embroidery. I have a couple quilting books. Yeah, so I'll just go ahead and start showing them. And again, like, if I can remember where I got it, I'll say, but there's like several, like anywhere I go, I look up used bookstores. I look up thrift stores. So yeah, I'm just always on the lookout for used books. If I have a choice between a used book and a new book, as long as the used book is in good condition, I'd almost always rather buy the used book. And because they're amazing. So let me just show you one book. I need to put it away, but this I got at the most recent like used book / antique store that I went to. And it is this copy of the Master and Margarita. That cover is amazing. These books are the best. So I look for books at antique stores. We've got several libraries. I mean, San Antonio's huge. The main library has an actual like used book store in their basement that has like anything. People donate stuff, and it's also stuff that they've taken off the shelves. A couple of the surrounding like small towns have library book sales, garage sales. There's tons of thrift stores in San Antonio. Yeah, so I've just found a lot of these. I don't think I've ordered any of these on eBay or anything like that. I think that they were all from thrift stores, garage sales, whatever. All right, so this one is called Needle Play. It's from Scribner, highlights from the television series Erica. And it is black and white. It has all different kinds of, looks like needlework. Mostly I bought it because of the cover, and if you know, you know. This one I got at Half Price Bookstore, which I try to take the stickers off when I get it. Okay. So anyway, this one I found at Half Price Bookstore. It's called Texas Quilts by Texas Women. And I just thought that sounded fascinating. So it's just talking about quilts that, you know, Texas women have made, and I guess why they made it. So this one was published in 1984, and it has an inscription in the front: "For Ethel, best wishes and thanks for having me talk to the guild, really enjoyed it." And it has a stamp from the Greater San Antonio Quilt Guild. So I guess at some point, you know, it belonged to a guild member, and they sold it to Half Price Bookstore, and I purchased it. Obviously, as a Texan, anything Texan, I love. This one is called The Treasury of Needlecrafts, and this one was $1. Take the sticker off, maybe not. So this one was $1. I know I got this one at the library book sale downtown. It just has all kinds of crochet, quilt, applique, knit, so just all kinds of different needle crafts. The copyright is 1982. I mostly got this because it was $1 and they had like 5 copies and I didn't want them to start throwing it away. That's what some of these are. Some of these were saved because like if it's at half price bookstore, I don't know if they throw away old stuff, but if it's at like a garage sale or like this library, they have like 5 copies. Like at some point they're gonna start, I think, throwing them away. Again, it was $1, so I rescued it. Oh, I think those go backwards. But anyway, this one I also got at the library store downtown. So this Ayrshire, I'm not sure what that word is, and other needlework. So it looks like different kind of lace work, pictures of lace work, and it has like a label down here. I guess it was in somebody's books for embroidery. I don't know if that is a library or a guild or a bookstore, but anyway, there's that one. Then I found this one. This one I think was not $2. I think it was less than $2. I think this was at a place where it was like fill up the box, and like a box of old books was a certain price. So I went ahead and got this. So it is from Singer and it is called Sewing Skills, a reference book. And so it just has pictures and instructions for different sewing specific to the Singer sewing machine. So I thought that was cool, and I keep that up here with my Singer, but I think I need to rearrange this later. All right, this one I think was another half-price bookstore purchase. Better Homes and Gardens, The Pleasures of Cross Stitch. This is copyright 1984. So it just has some patterns, some pictures. I don't remember why I picked up this copy, but yeah, I did. All right, then I got this one. I can't remember where I got this one. I'm not sure, but it is called A Gallery of American Samplers, the Theodore Kapnick Collection, and it is, let's see, copyright 1978, so I don't know if that's when it was published, but it just has a bunch of samplers and information about them. I'm not super into samplers right now, but I really enjoy watching people who make samplers, and so I thought, that's how it starts. So at some point, I might be more into samplers, and so I just went ahead and picked up this book to learn more about that. All right, this one is called The Absolute Beginner's Guide to Patchwork Quilting and Applique. I am interested in learning applique. I think it's the Wandering Stitcher on YouTube. I think she's shown some stuff, and I've seen a couple other floss tubes, and it looks really interesting to me, so I'd be interested in trying it. And then recently the Stitchers at the Cabin, I'll have to put the link down below. She got a bunch of new kits. They're felt applique Christmas stockings and stuff, and I think that might push me over the edge to go ahead and pick that hobby up. But anyway, so this just has a bunch of applique and quilting. It's got the address for the person who used to own the book, which I think is special. But so there's that one. So this one is called Cruel Embroidery Made Easy, and it says 1972. I think this one came out of the library as well. Like maybe it got damaged out, and so they removed it from the collection. I don't really know what crewel work is, and so I thought I would, number one, rescue this poor damaged book before it got thrown away, and number two, learn about crewel work. All right, I have this one, Counted Cross Stitch Patterns and Designs from the Swedish Handcraft Society. And the date on this one is 1976. Well, the copyright date is 1976. My mother is Norwegian, which obviously I know is different than Swedish. Trust me, I know. But I mean, Scandinavian, some Scandinavian designs, you know, are Scandinavian, and so that made a lot of sense. Some Scandinavian designs are Scandinavian. Some Swedish designs are, you know, Scandinavian, and so I thought this could be interesting to do a little research and see if, you know, any of them might be interesting to work on. This one's big. Encyclopedia of Needlework by a Leisure Arts publication, Donna Cooler's Encyclopedia of Needlework. This had to have been one of those like fill-a-box things because it is incredibly heavy. The copyright date is 2000, and it just is full of all kinds of stitches and information because it's an encyclopedia. All right, this one, cross stitch in blue and white by Trish Bournes and Deborah Wells. The copyright on this one, 1995 potentially. I mean, blue and white is so classy. Like, who doesn't love blue and white, right? So this one has lots of really pretty designs. It also has a lot of patterns. So yeah, you know, if I really want to go super classy, I've got this. This one, I don't know if I need to fix it up. Definitely a rescue. This is called the Sylvia Sidney Needlepoint book. Plastic is, this is in the dust cover, like this was originally attached to the book and it's peeling. I don't know. I need to maybe do something with it. But this one, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this one smells so good. Oh, it smells like old paper. Oh, it's so good. Okay, this one, the copyright is 1968. Lots of patterns, lots of explanations. And when I just opened this to sniff it, I saw a really interesting pattern. So let me see if I can find it. So I wonder if she talks about how she makes her patterns, because it looks like there is a sketch of a camel and then she makes it. So like here's a sketch of the dog and then here's her needlepoint of it. But oh my god, it smells amazing. All right, then this one is due to the stitch. Is it the stitchery? Oh, I really need to be looking this up. I will definitely have to put these across the bottom. She had a whole floss tube episode on Bargello needlework and she really enjoyed it, so I put that on my list of things to be on the lookout for. I think I ended up getting this one from Half Price Bookstore, but this is the Margaret Boyle's Bargello Workbook, a collection of original designs. And so patterns and pictures. This one is copyright 1976. All right, this one, I think the next three came from that like fill up a box and pay one set price because they were just trying to kind of get rid of stuff. So again, with the rescuing, I feel like when people are like, just fill up a box of whatever you want and pay one price, it's because they're probably pretty much done with what's there. So this one is called Quilt Settings, a workbook by Marie Schreier. It's spiral bound and it just has all different kinds of quilt patterns. And so yeah, This one is, so it says copyright 1922. I don't know if that's when it was made, but it says Royal Society Hot Iron Embroidery Transfers, and there's 2 books, and it's full of like these like tissue paper, which I guess you cut and then use them as patterns to applique. So there's this one, which is like baby doll clothes, and then there's this one, which is bedspread transfers. This one, so I don't know if these are reproductions or if they're actually from 1922, but these were again in the like, put it in a box and pay a price. So, and then this one says Tomorrow's Treasures by Pat Andretta, and it's also spiral bound, and it is just a bunch of patterns. I don't know if this is quilting or applique, or it says quilts. Yeah, so appliquing on quilts maybe. All right, so those are all of the like books that I have purchased, or, well, I don't think anything was given to me, so purchased. I also have probably 30 magazines. Let me make sure there's no addresses. So I have some new stitches. I have some just cross stitch. These sometimes I pick up at like past the stash at retreats. Not so much anymore. I try to go through them and make sure that there's a pattern in there that I would really want. And also I didn't realize how many of these old issues are actually on library apps like Libby, and so why would I want to like buy them secondhand and then make a copy of them on a scanner so that I could put them into Pattern Keeper when they're already in Libby digitally, so I could just use them digitally. So I don't think that I'm going to be buying more magazines. Mostly they're cross-stitch magazines. I do have a couple needlepoint magazines, mostly because I found like a nativity and it was spread across several issues, and so I was just trying to find the issues that had that pattern in it. I don't think I found them all, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. And then I have a couple like embroidery ones because they had either one cross stitch pattern in it that I was interested in, or they like talked about different techniques or kinds of stitches. Pretty much anytime that I either bought these, which some of them I did buy at like a used bookstore or whatever, or picked up at past the stash. And then there was a woman from the San Antonio Needlework Guild, and she had posted that she had boxes of magazines that anybody could come and go through and pick stuff out of, or she was going to donate them. And so I got some of the cross-stitch magazines from her, and then she also had this magazine called Needle Arts from the Embroiderers Guild of America that had a lot of articles about samplers in them. And so, you know, if the sampler on the cover looked like it might be interesting and I wanted to read more about it, then I picked up some of those. So I do have some of those. I think Needlepoint Now was the one that had the needlepoint. Oh yeah, here it is. So this is what I was looking for. So Needlepoint Now had this like standing needlepoint nativity. So like this issue had the shepherds. So hopefully I have the rest of the nativity. I'm not totally sure because these I found at a used craft store, and so I was trying to flip through the magazines to find them, and then I just got overwhelmed, and so I just kind of like bought a sampling and hoped for the best. I don't know. Okay, so next I'm going to show patterns that were purchased at thrift stores, garage sales, used bookstores, whatever. And I guess mixed in here are some other stuff. Okay, so this I got for $1 at the used craft store, and it is Charles Craft waist fabric. So I've seen people, you like put this on something like maybe a shirt and you cross stitch over it, and then you can pull the fibers, the threads out, so that then the canvas like disappears. It was $1, so there's that. See, I'm just gonna go through the pile, so it's just gonna be totally random. And again, some of these are from past the stash, like the tables at retreats. So there is this little girl, and she is called Christmas Ornament. I don't know. Angel was stocking. Angel was stocking. Let me get my board out so I can like hold it up. I thought she was really cute. I might make her for myself. All right. All right, I'm gonna see if I can do this without too much glare, because I don't want to take everything out of the plastic. So this I did pay, looks like $5 for at a used store. So it is called the Mermaid Pendant by Of Female Worth. And I thought that would make a good small for like a Stitching Sirens retreat exchange. I got this lavender and lace. It was $1. I don't know what the pattern is called, but it hadn't been used, so. Okay, this one is called Texas Diller County, and by Stitches by Sandra. And it's like an armadillo that like morphs into Texas, or Texas that morphs into an armadillo. This is just a little piece called Colonial Flowers by Homespun Elegance. This is a little book called Sewing with Embroidery and Lace by the Embroidery Council of America. Need to take that sticker off. This one is called Scandinavian Ornaments, designed by Judy Whitman. I thought I may make those. This one, I just really liked the fox here. It's called The Fox and the Grapes by Prairie Schooler. And I'm going to cover this, but it looks like, I guess whoever had it made some adjustments there. And so you've got their writing, which I think is cool. All right, this one is like a picture that you print out on paper, and they just like glued it on the paper. It's called Texas Bluebonnet by Kits and Frames, available from the Rainbow Stitchery, designed by Pearl Fellingham. Just a cute little bluebonnet. This one is called Jonna by A Stitch in Time Designs, copyright 2007. I think that this is like a lace, and so it has instructions on how to do that in there, so I thought that was cool. This one is called Liberty Rose 20. I don't know if Liberty Rose is the company. Yeah, Liberty Rose is the company, and then it's called Patriotic Croc. This is an applique, and so I thought copyright 2001. So I thought that would be kind of a fun little, hopefully easy piece. All right, this one I definitely think was from a past the stash, maybe at this last retreat in Kansas City. So this is Holly Angel Warm Wishes. The kit is from Sunset. It looks like everything is still here. The thread and looks like an Ada. I think it's a stamped. Yeah, it's a stamped cross stitch, which I've never done a stamped cross stitch. So I thought that'd be interesting. I got this for no reason. It's called Burnett Afghans. If I was to ever do an Afghan, this might actually be what started me on the peacocks. Like, this Afghan is incredible. Like, if I was to make an Afghan, that would be the Afghan that I would make. And I don't know if I don't understand how patterns work. I don't see that pattern in this book. I don't know. Maybe it's like there's a portion in here somewhere and you just repeat it, but I don't understand why there's no pattern in here. Because page 3. Unless someone tore it out. Maybe someone tore it out. Because here's page 6. I guess someone tore it out. That's okay. I think it's beautiful. I'm like, really, what are the chances I would ever actually stitch it? Alright, this one was definitely from past the stash, I think at Stitching Sirens. So it's called Cross Stitch Borders by Sam Hawkins, American School of Needlecraft, and it just has like all these really cool borders. This one is called Texas Mini Stitch, cross stitch design by Leslie Risters. And it looks like it's like typewriter written. And it has this little photograph inside it, which I guess is the photograph of the patterns. So I thought that'd be cool to make little mini Texas things. And it's in this like super old plastic bag. This one is Beatrix Potter Birth Sampler. My family is really into Beatrix Potter. So, you know, maybe I could stitch those motifs, a couple of them for my sisters, maybe. This one is from Shepherd's Bush called Button Angel. Pretty. This one is called Home Decor Cross Stitch by Janlyn. And I got it because my house growing up had a bunch of these like geese. So it's just kind of nostalgic. Maybe I'll stitch them. This one is called Christmas Nutcrackers by Leisure Arts. I thought those would be good, you know, maybe stitching for my kids. Maybe make them like a nutcracker a year or something like that. This one, I'm going to cover the old address, is called Scandinavian Cross Stitch, I guess by DMC, and it just has a bunch of different motifs that it calls Scandinavian. Some of them seem pretty generalized, but you know, it's all patterned, so just thought that was cool. This one is called Cross Stitch Folk Art Pillow Designs by Greta Goodstitch. I don't remember why I picked this one up. I must have flipped through it and thought it looked interesting, or it just got mixed up with stuff I was getting. This one is called Little Friends Collection by Something Special. And it just has little animals. I like this unicorn. This one's called Delightful Button Covers by Hickory Hollow. And it's just like a trillion tiny little motifs. This one is called Patchwork Seasonal Squares by Jeremiah Junction Classics. These colors are very like, and patterns are like very nostalgic to me. I'm not sure why, like maybe my grandma had stuff like that. I'm not totally sure, but they like hit a string and so I got it. This is another one with like a picture. This is called A Little Motto Basket by Hillside Samplings, and says recipe for having friends, be one, a good laugh is sunshine in a house, nothing is impossible, practice random acts of kindness, live well, laugh often, it is never too late. What does that one say? It is never too late to be what you might have been. This one is called All Round Yorktown by Nancy Fields. I know I got this because that turkey, he is so cute. I like the swan, the cat and squirrel. Definitely, maybe my sister will do the squirrel. This is another one of Borders. Maybe it like harkens back to my love for bunting. I love the little like flags that you hang up in doorways and stuff. I love them, and so maybe like the Borders kind of like calls to that piece of me that likes that. So this is Christmas cross stitch design for towels from American School of Needlework by Sam Hawkins. And so again, it's just like all these like borders, Christmas borders. Alright, this one is called Blossoms for Monza and Damask by Graphique Needle House. And I think I bought this because we were supposed to make like deadly plant smalls for the Stitching Sirens retreat. And so I thought maybe one of these flowers would work. This one is called Christmas Heirlooms by The Heirloom Shop. I really like that design. To me, that looks very Scandinavian. This Santa looks, or not Santa, this snowman looks cute. This one I got from the Pasta Stash at the Stitching Sirens. So this is called Cherished Teddies from Around the World, and it just has like all these teddy bears and little clothes from around the world. I thought that was really cute. This one is called Snow Angel by Rebecca Waldrop. She's really pretty. It looks like there's a whole collection of them. This one is called Hummel Carefree Days. So just two little Hummels. This book is called Ribbon Embroidery by Heather Joines. I love ribbons. I have never tried ribbon embroidery, but it looks amazing. Alright. This one is called Bandana Bonanza by High Tide Enterprises. Copyright 1982. know why I got this. This is called Anna's Hardanger Embroidery by Anna Bulger, and it's just a lot of Hardanger, which I think looks beautiful. It's all pictures. I think I thought there were maybe instructions. Maybe I should have flipped through it. Why is there a book of someone, pictures of someone's? I don't know. Okay, this one is called Home Decorating Ideas, made with Fashionese plastic canvas. I think I thought it could be fun because these are like needle and thread to make little baskets. Obviously I changed the colors. I wouldn't do brown and yellow. But I don't know. Maybe I may make one for someone. And then this is another plastic canvas magazine. My sister loves cuckoo houses. Maybe she might want to do that. I think that this is from the used craft store. So this is Designs for the Needle, Summer Fruit by Floss Needlepoint Designs. So it's got the canvas here. It does not have any thread. It looks like it needs a ton of thread. But it was $1, and so I thought if I wanted to try that, that would be a good price. Here's another Hardanger heart. An introduction. Here we go. Here's an introduction to Hardanger embroidery, designed by Nina Driscoll. Like, those would be perfect gifts if I got into doing Hardanger. More Christmas minis in plastic canvas, which seems like it would be good presents. Oh, more holiday magnets in plastic canvas. See here, you've got Easter, St. Patrick's Day, all the other holidays. And then a plastic canvas magazine. That turkey is 100% getting made. It just occurred to me that, like, turkeys are the fall peacocks. That should go on a pillow. Turkeys are the fall peacocks. Yeah, so I think that is all of the charts and patterns and books and things that I've gotten used or thrifted from that have to do with like embroidery or cross stitch or whatever. So yeah, if you sat through that, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Why do I need to buy any more patterns when I have all of this? I don't know, but you know that in my next video I'm gonna have more patterns. But at least now I can put these in my database so that they will show up for me. Because, for example, when I was kitting up the fall stuff, I searched in my database, like, what patterns do I own that are labeled for fall or Halloween or spooky or Thanksgiving. And of course, none of this came up. And I know I've said, look at that turkey several times. So, like, those didn't come up. So yeah, it'll be good to have these in my database. All right, thanks for watching. This was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun going back through these. These have been sitting in a pile, waiting for me to film this video, and I was just procrastinating. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.